Good day, good day, good day. Do y'all like my lipstick? Let me know. Those of y'all who are tuning in live, please say hello for me in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And those of you who are tuning in on replay, thank you to all my replay viewers. Just type in hashtag replay in the chat so I can thank you for tuning in. So, before we get started, I want to jump into a little bit of housekeeping for you guys. I want to kick off this show on an amazing note. This is episode 20 of my Success-preneur Chat. Today, what we're going to be talking about is before you add another platform, watch this. This is an amazing conversation for those of you who are course creators, network marketers, and service providers, because there's so much new platforms out there right now. There's like hundreds, if not thousands, of brand new platforms. I'm not going to name any of them on this show now, but I'm pretty sure you guys can do your research and see what's out there. And what I mean by a new platform, y'all, you know how we have Facebook, you know how we have Instagram, you know how we have LinkedIn, TikTok, like all these like popular ones that you hear about every day, right? Whether it be on the news or just word of mouth or whatever. But there's other up and coming platforms, guys, that you probably haven't heard of or maybe have heard of, and you're asking yourself, should I pivot over, right? So what I want to talk to you guys about for this episode of my Success-preneur Chat is when is the right time to pivot to a new platform. Because what's going to happen, you're going to if you decide to just do it too soon, you're going to make the same mistake I did years ago, where at some point you're going to get so overwhelmed because you're trying to manage 10 different social media platforms. Your list is not growing, you're not making money, and you stop, right? And you get overwhelmed, which happens a lot. So before we jump into this, for those of you who are tuning in to me for the first time, hello, hello, hello. My name is Letitia Campbell, and I'm the #1 sales and remote business strategist. Smart entrepreneurs hire me to teach them how to dominate their sales online and also help them create and maintain their remote-based business. Hey, Shanta, how you doing, girl? Hey, girl. Hey, I'm loving your profile picture. I'm loving it. So I won't be on too long because, I got to do the remote learning with my kids. Can I give a shout out to all the teachers out there all across the world? Okay. Y'all have it hard. So about 2 days ago, I think it's about 2 days ago, I got an email from our DOE, which is the Department of Education. And they said that all children, good morning, Facebook user. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All the kids have to go back to remote learning. So here in New York, despite what y'all hearing on Fox News, I feel like Fox News needs to like get checked, okay? Because, and I'm gonna explain why. Because we here in New York, we had the option as parents, to choose 100% remote learning or hybrid, which is meaning that your kids will go to school a certain amount of days a week and they're off a certain amount of days a week. So 1 week they'll go to school 3 days and they're off 2 days, and the following week they will go to school 2 days and off 3 days. And when they're off, they'll be doing remote learning, right? So it's not like when they're off they're not doing anything. So anyway, long story short, DOE decided to shut down the schools, right? My kids were already doing 100% remote learning, so it didn't affect me. But I was looking at the news yesterday, and one of the ladies on there talking about, New York didn't even try hybrid structure. And I'm like, girl, what is this broad talking about? Like, if there was a call in line, I would have called in just to get her together. Like, girl, check your facts first. That's a whole nother conversation. That really ticked me off because I hate it when people speak about, especially my state that I grew up in all my life, and give just misinformation. And y'all have the right to call another station fake news. Y'all make no sense. But anyway, I don't want to get into politics because I can talk about that today for days. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you share this out. What we're going to be talking about today, right? If my client Shoshana Cuevas, she would be perfect to have on one of my segments on my show to talk about politics and social injustice and all that stuff. Yes, Shanta said, I love those earrings. Thank you. I got these earrings from Amazon actually. I was just happened to be on there, and I think they had that Amazon day sale or something like that. It was pretty inexpensive. Shanta said, girl, I gotta work with my fifth grader. It's not good look for me. She may fail the fifth. No, don't say that, Shanta. Don't say that, love. Don't say that. Because I think you were doing a full, Shanta, were your kids going to school full time? I think you mentioned that a couple of months back. But I know it's an adjustment. I have to, like, going back to the teachers, I have to give y'all teachers y'all shout out, because y'all have it hard. Like, even for like 3 out of 5 of my children are in school or are doing remote learning, right? And I see the teachers come on, and I could just tell, girl, you didn't even comb your hair this morning. It's just like, I even said, girl, go to the rapcloset.com. You know where I get my wraps from. Go to rapcloset.com. Like, no shade, no shade. And I only say this because it's a lot of work. Like, I was talking to my husband yesterday. I was like, you know what? I don't see how the teachers can be organized doing both hybrid and remote. Like, it is hard. So shout out to all the teachers out there. Y'all don't get enough credit as you should get. Hey, Dr. Carlene, I inboxed you this morning, love. How you doing, sis? This lipstick is getting on my nerves. Yes, now I know why I haven't worn this lipstick in a long time. Let me hop on over to the chat, y'all. She's going, and my senior is full remote. Oh, okay. Oh, I got to make sure she's getting on. It's rough for me. It is rough. You know what I do though, Shanta? Like, I write out their schedules. This is what I do. Even though they have their schedule on their Google Classroom or whatever, because 3 out of 5 of my kids are doing remote learning, so I can't sit there on the screen switching from one classroom to the next. So I literally, the night before, I put in mine. I know my handwriting is horrible. I put all their classes on one sheet with the time, like starting from 8:30 all the way to 1:15. And then on my cell phone, I set up a timer for each of their classes. So, for example, my son Rory has a class at 8:30 a.m. It's 8:08 a.m. now. So even though his class is at 8:30 a.m., I set my timer to 8:25 a.m. because, give him time to log in. Sometimes, you guys ever be in Google Classroom and the teacher gives the link, and sometimes don't work right away because she ain't in there yet. You know what I'm saying? So I set my time 5 minutes prior to all their classes. So giving them time to log on, it gives me time to remember. That has helped me out tremendously. I always say the parents who have multiple children doing remote learning, it's not easy trying to figure out the classes. Some of the classes overlap. So we have 2 laptops and a tablet. So sometimes all of them are in here on their classes and stuff. It's a lot of work. And I'm the only one doing it. Like, if I left it up to my husband, girl, child, please. They won't get nothing done. Yeah, that's what I do. And it's tedious, but plan out the day before. Sis, and I promise you are going to you're going to feel like you're on top of the day instead of behind. That's what I do. But yeah, so that's just a little tip. This is my Success-preneur Chat show. So we're just chatting about, being a mompreneur, a successpreneur. Dr. Carlene, yeah, if y'all have any tips, those of y'all who tuning in, share it right here, because all of us on here are moms, so we can totally relate. Dr. Carlene said, I do the same thing, Letitia, with the 5-year-old schedule. Oh my God, how is he doing? Oh my God, yes, I remember your 5-year-old grandson. Oh, he is so cute. Yes, I gotta yes, how's your daughter? Yeah, I totally forgot about him. Her 5-year-old grandson. He is adorable. Absolutely. And these kids these days, y'all, they are so smart. Like, I tell my kids all the time, like, y'all were way smarter than me when I was your age, like, hands freaking down. But you know what? That was different about my generations versus theirs. I was always outside. Child, you can keep me in the house. Okay, even before this whole COVID thing happened or whatever, my kids still enjoyed staying in the house. And I'm just like, guys, like, they don't understand. Like, I used to love going outside. Like, my punishment was my mom telling me you can't go outside for a week. Oh my God, I used to hate her for that. Because, I grew up in like a suburb neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Westbury, not old Westbury. Don't, I know people's like, oh, when I say I'm from Westbury, like, oh, girl, you got money. No, boo boo, that's old Westbury, honey. You look up old Westbury and then you look up Westbury, huge differences. Okay. So I always have to make that clear. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, we lived in the neighborhood, and we used to, when I used to get on punishment, because I had a little mouth on me. I was a reader even at a young age, honey. Read the girls for filth, and get in trouble for it. So I would, my mother would put me on punishment, and I would hear the kids outside playing, and that was torture for me. But these days, these kids, honey, they don't want to be outside. Like, come on, come on, come on. Even before COVID happened, I had to like literally say, no, we're going out. We're going outside. Yes. Oh, really? Yes. Well, what the hell? You don't want to get air? You don't want to get air? Right? Yes. Oh, that's great, Dr. Carlene. How's the new Bumblebee? Letitia, she's going. Oh my God, the baby is adorable, guys. She's doing great. Like, I have no complaints. She had little scares here and there. We're dealing with that now, but she is doing amazing. She's like 9+ pounds. She's taken to breastfeeding extremely well. I have to just keep up with pumping, to make sure I keep my milk stockpile, whatever. But thank you, Shanta, for asking. She is doing amazing. Just like her mama's on the go, she's on the go too. Okay, she is like, listen, I want to get bigger. I got to grow up. I want to play with my brothers and sisters. Dr. Conley said, this boy just said Chinese cuisine is well known. Wait, let me read that again. This boy just said Chinese cuisine is well known worldwide, and I'm going to open up a restaurant. He said that for real. It's going to have noodles and hot pots and all sorts of, girl, nurture that. Nurture that. That is amazing. I was actually thinking about, and let me know what y'all think, y'all. I'm none of my children are on social media. They don't have an Instagram. They don't have a TikTok. They don't have none of that. All their friends have those platforms. I'm kind of like, if some idiot hops up in one of my kids' inbox, it's going to be a huge problem. Okay. Huge. Okay. And that's one of the things that I am fearful of, because there's some crazy mother effers out there in this digital space, So, well, I was thinking of putting my daughter loves art, like she loves to do art, and I was thinking about maybe setting up an Instagram for her, just for her art, but I'll be monitoring it. But we'll see let me know what y'all think about that. Girl, they don't want to go outside. Yeah, they don't want to go outside. It's opposite now. Telling them to go outside is like it's like, absolutely, girl. I live to go outside, honey. Live to go outside. Live to go outside, girl. Okay. I am doing great, Shanta. I'm doing great despite me being sleep deprived, because Tori Marie, girl, she be waking up in the middle of the night for hours and be like, she don't want to eat or nothing. She be like, okay, she be looking like, okay, what we doing? And I be like, girl, you have to go to sleep. Like, last night, she was just like, I wouldn't say last night, it was on this morning. It was on like 3 something. She woke up. I tried to see if she wanted to feed. She didn't want to. She just wanted to sit there and just stare at me. So I just was like, just talking to her and reading to her and stuff. But she's a mess. Yeah, TikTok is very scary. My 13-year-old has had a couple of trolls. Really? Girl, I don't want to deal with the trolls, honey, because my mouth is filthy. Okay, y'all, fun fact about me. When I get into it with people's, my mouth is filthy, filthy, dirty, dirty, ratchet, filthy, with all the things. Okay? And I can go on for hours and days and days. And like, people black out when they fighting. I black out when I am like reading. Like, and I don't want to do that with anybody. Well, if I have to, I will. But yes, girl, like my kids want TikTok, and I'm just like, girl, go sit down somewhere, honey. Go get you a book. TikTok that book. You know what I mean? But anywho, guys, for those of y'all who are tuning in, my name is Letitia Campbell. I am the #1 sales and remote business strategist. Smart entrepreneurs hire me to teach them how to dominate their sales online and help them to create and maintain their remote-based business. And what we're talking about for episode 20 of my Success-preneur Chat is before you add another platform, watch this. Now, I want to ask y'all a quick question. How many of y'all are thinking of adding another platform to market your business on? For example, Dr. Carlene, I know you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram. Are you thinking about adding another platform? Shanta, those of you who are watching, tuning in on a replay, are there some platforms out there? Put those names in the chat where you are thinking about, saying, oh, you heard a lot of things about it, and maybe I should go on it. So the reason why I am bringing up this topic is because I'm in a ClickFunnels mastermind group, and one of the topics that came up was just that. And, I put my perspective on it, and people really understood that and got it. But I was just like, you know what? I need to talk about this on my show, because I know that a lot of us women, us female entrepreneurs, we want to dominate, chick. Like, listen, we want to dominate. We want to just be like, let's make it happen. Dr. Carlene, that's you right there, girl. Let's talk about that. You need to get on there. I wouldn't necessarily call that a platform. I would call that a platform, but that's a monetizable platform for you. You can get people on there, pivot them over to your YouTube, pivot them over to your podcast, and that's a paid audience. This is you right here all the freaking way. I'm actually about to design my breastfeeding education program on this platform coming up very, very soon. For those of you who are, if you're a woman of color and you're struggling with increasing your milk supply, I'm your girl. Right here, girl. All of this right here is me. Okay. 1 gallon, 2 gallon. Let's talk. But yes, Shanta says she on TikTok. I'm on TikTok too, Shanta, but I'm just playing around with it. I normally go there to watch E.T. and Gary Vaynerchuk and some funny videos. I'm just like surfing on there. I'm not really like putting on heavy content on there. But yes, great. That's a great, but you know what, Shanta, you're in health and wellness and you're designing some other things too. So that is actually a great platform for you. It really, really is. I have Instagram, but I'm not on there too much. Girl, you better get on there. Post on there, mama, every day. Yes, Therese, thank you. Guys, listen, if you haven't registered yet for my free list building masterclass, make sure you text me the words build my list to bit.ly/text the camp. I'm having a free list building masterclass this week. You gotta come. If you missed last week's, you make sure you come this week. Those of you who have attended my list building masterclass, please let everybody know in the chat how amazing it is. It's free. Come and attend. You're going to get a whole boatload of information. I'm going to be teaching you guys my 5-step strategy on how to create a high converting list. And that's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about today, because this has everything to do with your platforms. And I don't want you guys, especially those of you who are course creators, service providers, and network marketers, getting overwhelmed with because I don't want you to focus more on getting on a new platform and less on building your list. Okay. So I have 5 tips to give you guys this morning. Again, if you haven't shared this out, share this out. Start a watch party. Yes. Tree says she's on LinkedIn. Tree's been, girl, you've been on LinkedIn for a minute. Yes, that's good. You think you missed what? The masterclass? If you missed it, Shanta, just register for it again. Yeah. Just text me the words build my list to bit.ly/text the camp. And just so you guys know, when you text me, girl, I don't see your phone number. So you don't even got to even worry about, this. I don't know, Letitia. She going to have my phone number. Is she going to call me in the middle of the night? No, ma'am. The system I use, I don't see your phone number. I just see your name, And I just see that you text build a list and that you registered for my masterclass. I just want to make that clear. Okay, no worries, Shanta. Just go over to just text me and see, that's my timer. Just text me and go from there. All right, so let's jump into this, y'all, because my son has to come in here and do his remote learning. So 5 tips for you guys tonight. Before you think of and consider of going to another or adding a new platform to market your business on social media, you got to understand that you got to build your list first. You have to build your list first. So if you're sitting back, like for example, Dr. Carlene says she wants to do Patreon. Great platform, amazing platform, right? If she focused on building her list first, now she has a list of 3,000 email subscribers that she can say, hey guys, I have this new community on platform on Patreon, and this is what I'm offering. Check it out. You know, you get a special opportunity, special bonus, not discount, bonus for getting on this my Patreon. You know, get on over. Now, the conversion on that is way higher if she just showed up out of the blue and then did it the reverse way. You may get 1 or 2 people here and there, but you're not going to get the hundreds of thousands of people pivoting over, right, as you would before, right? So that's important, guys, that you got to focus on building your list first before you think about adding a new platform, adding another thing. One of my clients, she sells jewelry, and she was telling me, like, you know, she's thinking about going on to YouTube and all these things. I said, girl, master Facebook first. It's like, guys, it's so much favor in taking your time. You know, you have all the time in the world. Take your time. And more importantly, take your time, do it the right way. You want to build your empire brick by brick, not overnight, right? The second thing is, guys, you're more in control, right? When you're building your list, you're way more in control. You have the power, because anything can happen with these social media platforms, anything. And 9 times out of 10, your audience is not on these social media platforms every single day. You may be on it because, you know, you have a business, you know, so yeah, you're on it all the time. You're commenting on posts, you're publishing content, you're going live, you're in your messenger, you're doing all these things, right? But your audience may not be on Facebook every day. They may not be on Instagram every day. They may not be on LinkedIn every day. So hello, you have to build that list so you can communicate with your core audience no matter what they're using. So everybody gets their email all the time. Like when I wake up in the morning, I have like 20 to 30 brand new emails from people, right? So that's before I jump into my messenger. That's before I jump into my social media platforms. Back in the day, they told you the very first thing that people check when they wake up in the morning, not you, because you could say, oh, Tisha, you're wrong, because I'm not talking about you. Okay. I'm talking about your audience, your core audience. The first thing they check is their email. Hello? The first thing they check is their email. Because nowadays, for our consumers, social media is like too much. It's like the election, the pandemic, all these craziness, right? Sponsored ads, all these things. So, you know, it's more of a controlled space with their inbox, because they're the ones, the consumer I'm talking about, they're more in control, because they're the ones say, hey, I subscribe to that person's list, so I want to get their content, I want to get their emails, I want to get their newsletters, I want to get all these things. So they're more in control. So yes, your consumer is actually checking their email every day before they hop onto their social media. So you got to get in their inbox. Somebody type in the chat, I need to get in their inbox. And listen, y'all, if you need help with learning how to create a high converting list, join us this week for my free list building masterclass. All you have to do is text me the words build my list. Don't put it down in the chat. Text it to me. Build my list to bit.ly/text the camp, right? So number 3 is you're going to lessen the competition. There's a lot of competition on social media. There really, really is. You got your competitors, you got your algorithms. Like, hello, I have almost 5,000 friends just on Facebook, and look at the numbers. Not everybody's going to see your stuff. And sometimes you guys have to keep offering the same thing over and over and over again so that it can circulate through your audience. But here's the whole caveat to this whole situation is that when you're building your list starting now, you're lessening the competition. You're lessening your core audience seeing everyone else's stuff, right? Hey, Joelle, how you doing? She said, I need to get in there. Yep, you need to get in their inbox. You need to get in their inbox. Joelle's actually going to be going live today, y'all. Make sure that y'all following Joelle. She's amazing. She's awesome. She sells jewelry. You want to tune into her live. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me do another shout out. Another shout out for Dr. Carlene. Dr. Carlene, I'm trying to pull it up here. You have something coming up today too, right? You have something coming up today too, right? I'm going to pull up. Oh, yep. I'm going to share. Let me see if I can share my screen to show you guys. Yep, I can share it. If you don't mind, Dr. Carlene, I want to show them on the screen here, if you don't mind, all, which I know you don't mind. Dr. Carlene is one of my amazing, awesome clients. All right. I don't know why I got that in my head. All right. So let me go back. Hope y'all can see this. So Dr. Carlene has a show coming up later on today. So y'all want to make sure that you guys tune in. And the link is on, it's going to be on your page, right, Dr. Carlene? Or do you have a link to share in the chat? So if you, Dr. Carlene, if you have a link to share in the chat, they're off 2 days. Hold on, let me fix the sound. If you have a link to share in the chat, please do so. But you guys want to make sure you tune in at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, it's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time today. Make sure you guys tune in for her, and also going back to whatchamacallit. Let me take this off the screen here. Go back. Okay, good. I'm back. Make sure you're tuning into Joelle later today. Those of you who need a virtual assistant, I strongly encourage you to reach out to my girl Therese. She has been a VA of mine for now over 3 whole years. And trust and believe, honey, I had a lot of VAs, honey. Okay. And Therese is amazing. So yeah, guys. So let me go over the last point I want to make. I always tell people, I had to talk to a client the other day. She was like, should I just jump and spend $5,000 to $10,000 on a website? I said, girl, build your list first. Somebody say, build your list first in the chat. Build that list first. All right. So now you have an audience to show it to. Now we have to start doing stuff strategically. Yes, we're doing so much in our businesses already. Many of us are getting more clients, more customers. I know my business has pivoted dramatically since this, COVID and everything. But we got it because, again, I'm strategic. You have to be strategic. Somebody type in the word #strategic, right? And I know doing things strategic is not the common way. Doing things in a strategic way is going to make you slow down a little bit, right? It's not going to be something you may feel like, oh God, I'm not seeing results. I'm not seeing results right away. When you operate in the environment of doing things strategically, right? It pays off big. It pays off big. We had to literally go right back to the drawing board a couple of months ago with all of our funnels, with the whole structure of my business, everything. Because I was like, listen, we got to have a plan. We have to have a long-term plan here. because y'all know how it is. You can add on all these things in your business, and it can, in fact, very much so get chaotic, right? But you got all these moving parts. But the moving parts, it's like when you look at, those moving parts and joints, they're not coming together. Like, how many of y'all feel like right now you have all these moving parts in your business, but they're not coming together? It's not like in unison. You know what I'm saying? It's not streamlined. It's not all put together, y'all. Listen, let me help you out with that. Go to join me for my free list building masterclass. I don't know what's up with this collar here. Ooh. By texting me the words build my list to bit.ly/text to camp. So guys, listen, I'm gonna hop off. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you register for my masterclass, and I see y'all next time. Bye guys.